Thinking about the question, what does it mean to be black in America? I guess you have to first situate yourself or situate blacks or African Americans in this country and understand the lineage of what it is to be black in America, and understanding that, from the early 1600s, we were brought over here on slave ships. So, in taking all of that into consideration, I like to think about what it means to be black in America in the context of being an educator. And sort of my focus or my frame of reference and ideologies are based on my understanding that in the field of education as well as in the field of science, African American culture and African American people in general were thought of as individuals who were culturally deficient and genetically inferior. And so there was a great deal of literature that was published throughout the history of this country that sort of encapsulated those ideologies. So being black in America is to sort of live one's life where you're opposing, or sort of like my life is a counter narrative to those ideologies of the black inferiority paradigm and the cultural deficiency paradox, which I call it a paradox, because I think that culture in and of itself is things that people do, dress, food, clothing. So there are no people on this earth that are void of culture. But the majoritarian or the dominant view will have you think that that majoritarian view, or which is mostly white and Eurocentric notions of culture, is what's right, and anything that is sort of outside of that, which Stuart Hall talks about symbolic boundaries and things being out of place. And so anything that is in opposition to that dominant culture is a matter of out of place. So in essence, blackness or being black in America from the dominant ideology is out of place.
What does it mean to be black in America? To me, I feel that being black is a challenge. You have to overcome a lot of obstacles, but however, I am blessed to be black, and I feel that I would not want to be any other ethnic group.
Right now, being black in America, it seems like we have a lot of obstacles we have to overcome. A lot of people think that, white society somehow is above us in some sort of way. But in our reality, we're all the same. We were just talking in the hip-hop class, and Kawachi made a statement that Bill Cosby made, and he was like, we have the intellectual capacity, but we lack the intellectual drive. And, when he said that, I really believe, I can understand that, because, I want to learn, but am I really going to sit down and get in that book, or get up and go chill with my boys? You know what I'm saying? So, right now, I just think we're at a point where we need a breakthrough, and I think it's going to happen between my generation and the next.
Blackness to me is how I define myself. Being black, you have to be proud, you have to be educated, and you just got to be a part of yourself.
So to be black in America, I consider it to be fortunate. I do have my questions in regards to the prosperity of an America that gained from our strength and our talents, and we can go deeper into that, but it all begins with me. So whatever I can do for someone younger than me, the same age as me, older than me, that's what it's about, first and foremost, as a person.
All right. What it means to be black in America. Right now it means a lot because of the things, of the accomplishments of Barack Obama. I think a lot of ways, a lot of people, whether they want to admit it or not, that Americans are starting to look at black men a little bit differently now. They were not just robbers or gun toters or this and that and the third. If he wins this thing, and we all hope that he does, I think it'll really change the way black Americans are looked at in America. That's what it means to be black in America now. About maybe 2 or 3 years ago, it wasn't really cool to be black, because of the things that was going on in society and the way society put us as an endangered species. But right now, I think it's getting back to when the early 90s, when we had Cosby Show and Different World and School Days and all of the influential black, things in culture or whatever. And the movie Malcolm X, it's definitely a black renaissance period going on right now. And when we have all the fraternities and sororities becoming 100 years old, Urban League is becoming 100 years old, Harlem Renaissance is becoming 100 years old. you know, it's definitely a Renaissance period.
And Black in America is sort of living one's life in terms of countering those stereotypes and finding ways to form new ideologies and new paradigms for what blackness is and what black culture is in America. And I think that is a challenge that assails each and every one of us as educators, as intellectuals, as students of life within these United States of America.